Welcome to Later. I'm Lynn Coplet. How are ya? Don't I look cool? I feel so cool. I feel like Pinky Pescadero in my leather. I'm like, yeah, is that, see, and then I try and do it, and I'm not. Okay. NBC gave me this. I really like it. It's very nice. Thank you. Somebody screamed out, looking good. Obviously, this man doesn't realize we're not in a bar. We're on national TV. Looking good. Okay, just playing. I'm sorry. No, you know what? I'm not surprised that you just yelled at me at all, because I'm such a freak magnet. You ever notice that? And here's the thing. No, not that you're a freakster. Bye. It was really great being on NBC and Later. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. No, seriously. Here's the thing. It's cool being a freak magnet where I'm from in the South, because there we keep our freaks where they belong, right? Chained to a radiator in the basement. Looks like Aunt Mom and Uncle Dad had a baby. And now Brother Bubba lives downstairs. No, but I live in New York now, right? And it's strange because in New York, the freaks roam free. And they look like just anybody. Seriously, they're like plainclothes freaks or undercover freaks. I'm serious. I promise you this happened to me. Just the other day, I'm down at Washington Square Park. For those of you who don't know, that's where the freaks gather in New York, okay? And I'm down there, I'm looking around, and I see this woman, very nice looking, very conservative, very pretty, and she's talking on a banana. But the thing is she's pissed at whoever's on the other end of this banana. It's like a bad man, you know. She's like, no, I don't need to take that from you. On her nana, right? And I start searching frantically for a fruit stand, because I'm thinking I would give anything for a kiwi fruit. That I could go up to this woman and be like, this has been buzzing for an hour. Can I borrow that? Might be an emergency. Okay, ending on a happy note. Okay, my guest tonight is a very funny and talented actress and comedian who has starred as a crazy mama in Mama's Family, and who we first saw in the long-running Carol Burnett show. Take a look.
There's only one thing left to do. We're going to have to stay here and defend Tara. Just the three of us. Just the three of us.
Oh, dear Charlotte, I do hate to disagree with you. The four of us. I do believe I'm going to have a baby.
A baby?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. What are we going to do with a baby in the middle of a war?
Oh, now, don't you worry none, Miss Starlet. I know everything there is to know about birthing babies. I've done it lots of times.
Oh, that is such a comfort to me, Sissy, because I do believe I'm going to have it now.
Oh, my goodness, Miss Starlet, I don't know whatever this is. I don't know nothing. I'll try.
Please welcome Vicki Lawrence. Look at you.
I know, we've bonded already.
I know. We were just saying that back
We
then.
wore our leather.
We're like Pinky Pescadero and Leather Pescadero. We're very cool.
And old lady Tuscadero.
No, not at all. You're so beautiful. Look at you. And you know,
Oh, well,
and
thank you.
Well, not that you don't look beautiful.
Get thee
on
to
TV.
Lens Crafters.
No, and you know what? That was like one of my favorite scenes ever from the Carol Burnett show.
What were you watching?
We did the clip from Gone with the Wind.
Oh, Went with the Wind.
Went with the Wind. One of
Yeah.
the best ones ever.
Yeah.
Okay, now
It was
please.
actually written by two kids that start kids. They were like my age, and they were ushers here at NBC.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And we taped at CBS, and they were huge fans of the Carol Burnett show, loved the movie takeoffs, wrote that, submitted it to the executive producer, who said, how would you like to be writers on the show?
Get out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's excellent. Well, please, now, I want you to tell us the story about the Carol Burnett show, because it's such the best story, how you first met Carol and how you came to be on the show. You have to tell us the best story.
But don't you think these people could probably tell it to you?
Do you all know the story over and over?
Really?
No?
I guess maybe when you tell it all the time, you figure
You feel
everybody
like
knows
you've told
it.
You've written a book, and you feel like it, but they don't all know it, because I didn't know the fine
Okay, put a
nuances
clock
of it.
on me.
Okay.
I was 18 years old. I was in high school. I was a darling child, and I was forever... I was forever doing things to stay out of trouble. One of the things I did in my senior year was I entered a contest called Miss Fireball, which what that was it was the local fireman's ball was coming up. I don't even know if firemen have balls anymore, frankly, but do they? No, I'm serious. Do they even have those?
The ones what children do.
Anyway, the fireman's ball, I'm so old, I don't know these things, you know, because this is a long time ago. All right, so the fireman's ball is coming up. They want some girls to sing and dance. So they said, well, let's call it a contest, and maybe we can get some bimbos to come out. And
you were there?
I was one of the bimbos. I was right there. There were 8 of us, and we did 2 can-can numbers together. They had like an 1890s firehouse kind of a theme going.
Right.
And then we did our individual talent, in which I sang and played the guitar and had a little kazoo strapped around my neck. You got to get a visual of how cute I was. Anyway, about 2 weeks prior to this contest, our local newspaper gal did an article, said that this contest was coming up and that I bore a striking resemblance to a young Carol Burnett. Ran a picture of me in the newspaper, at which point my mom said to me, it's time to write the fan letter.
Okay.
So I sat down because everybody had been telling me I looked like Carol from the day I entered high school. I was trying to be Mary Tyler Moore. I had my hair in a little flip.
I do. See, that's what I want to be too. I love her.
I was trying to be her on the the Dick Van Dyke Show. Yeah,
Right.
I wanted to look just like her.
Oh, Rob.
But it was Carol Burnett. So I, at my mom's urging, sat down and wrote this letter. I didn't really ask for anything. Just told her that everybody had always told me that I looked like her, that I was a fan of hers, hoped to meet her someday, and closed my little newspaper article.
And did you really, or were you just kind of doing it to make your mom
You know,
shut up?
I wasn't like, people think I studied her and, you know, spent years trying to mimic her. And, you know, I remember seeing her on the Gary Moore show. I remember she did a show called The Entertainers. I remember watching Once Upon a Mattress when it was on television.
Right.
But I wasn't, like, fixated on Carol Burnett. But anyway, so I enclosed my little newspaper article because I didn't want to think I was a nut, and I mailed it off. And she says, so the story goes, that she received this fan letter 2 days prior to the contest. And what she did was she took my dad's name out of this newspaper article, looked us up in the phone book, and called me.
Carol did this?
Yeah, after school. It was after school one day. The phone rings. I pick it up. I said hello. She said, hi, this is Carol Burnett. At which point I couldn't speak. Nothing would come out of my throat. So I handed the phone to my mom, and she said, no, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Vicki. Tell her she doesn't have to say anything. She just needs to listen.
Didn't that seem strange, though? Like, did you believe it was really her? Because if you called my house and said, hi, it's Vicki Lawrence, I'd be like, yeah, right, get off.
Of course. Did it seem strange? What do you think? Yeah, stranger fiction. Anyway, so my mom gave me the phone back, and I really did. All I did was listen. She said, I want to come and see you in this contest. I'm very pregnant. So I would prefer not to be seen. If you could get me 2 seats away in the back, I'm going to sneak in and sneak out, and then I'll call you in a couple weeks, and we'll have lunch and discuss your career. And I thought, well, the woman's out of her mind. So I went, and the contest, mind you, now is at Hollywood Park, the racetrack.
Right.
That's where this contest was, because that's where I grew up, was in
Carol's
Inglewood.
schlepping out there.
Coming up the freeway with her husband that night. And now I go to the guy that's in charge of the contest. I go 2 seats away in the back. Don't you tell anybody because it's Carol Burnett. And he, of course, goes, yeah, right, bimbo. So she tells this story about coming up the freeway that night with her husband, who's going, we're going to Hollywood Park. She says, yes, just indulge me. He says, what, is she a jockey? She said, I have a hunch. So she comes to, and sure enough, comes into Hollywood Park to the little fireman's ball. And she is indeed like 13 months pregnant. She's got she was huge. She had on a huge red, like a cape, and a butt-ugly black turban pulled down, over her flaming red bangs. She kind of looked like a weeble. You remember weebles?
Yeah, weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
She looks like a giant red weeble. Anyway, so she comes in, she watches the contest. I win the contest. She comes up on stage and crowns me with my gold fire helmet, and I guess sort of the rest is television history.
That is amazing. See, I love that story. Everybody didn't know it. And there was, and then Carol Burnett had an 11-year run.
11 years, yeah.
You know what surprised me was, I thought, like, when I was reading all the stuff, when I saw that you started doing this when you were 18, right? When the Carol Burnett show. I thought you had all the acting training.
None.
Is that amazing? Oh, good. No. Oh, it's not.
You're laughing for Carol because you was nice enough to leave me on here. Oh, I was such an idiot. I couldn't stayed wet. You didn't even find the toilet.
Wait a second, I want to talk to you more about this, so we have to go to commercial. We'll have much more with Vicki when later comes right back. Don't go
Lorena, why are you here?
Oh, well, Mary, as you know, I'm in the habit of eating me a big old bowl full of curds and whey about this time every morning.
Do you use the instant kind?
Yeah, easier. Well, anyway, I was right in the middle of the biggest curd this morning when
You lay off of me, will
You ain't
ya?
playing with a full deck, Eunice. I think somebody blew your pilot light out.
That's a new one, Mama.
You wait, there's more, Eunice.
Oh, no.
You know what? You got splinters in the windmills of your mind. You're playing hockey with a warped puck.
Welcome back to Later. We're here with Vicki Lawrence. I love that, Mama's Family, but that was actually from the Carol Burnett show.
Yeah,
it was
it
just
was.
you doing Mom on it.
Yeah.
Now, in that clip, were you ad-libbing?
Yeah.
Did you guys do that a lot?
I collected a bunch of those. I never did. I was the perfect little child. You know, of course, Tim lived to do that. And
Well,
was
see,
forever.
that was one of the things I wondered, like, did you try and crack each other up?
Well, like I said, I didn't. It took me, I'm going to say, Lynn, probably 5 years before I even felt I was pulling my weight on that show.
Really?
So I tried to be the good little child and not do anything wrong ever, but I happened to get carried away that night.
Okay, well, now...
It didn't very often.
But here's the thing now, Mama obviously clicked. Like, that was obviously the character.
Yeah.
Could you feel it? Like, did you know when you were
that
doing
I was
it?
born to be Mama? It's my husband's nightmare.
Yeah, right?
When I dress up like that, Al says, just get it all out of your system now, honey, because it's his nightmare. He's going to roll over and wake up next to her one day.
Oh, that's so... Good morning. No, but did you feel it? Like, did you feel like, okay, this is a character that's
That
going to
it
do
was
it?
instantly natural?
Yeah.
No, it was, that sketch, the original sketch, that wasn't the original, but the original one was written by two of our writers as a one-time only thing. And Carol read it, and she sort of, to her, it was like Tennessee Williams on acid.
Right.
And it read sort of Southern. They never intended it to be Southern. She said, I want to do it Southern. So I was, like, in rehearsal trying to get a Southern version of Eunice, you know, and trying to do the old thing. And I think really Bob Mackey was sort of instrumental.
With the costume?
Well, yeah, he was a genius.
How long
So
did
I
it
went
take
to
you to
wardrobe on
transform?
Wednesday morning. I went to wardrobe, and here he's designed Mama on it's the body is built in a slip, and it's like baby bunting, and you
right.
just step into it and zip on that body.
In the
And
little
then he
tracksuit
put the
thing.
little polyester dress over it and the little Barbara Bush pearls, a really inexpensive little wig. Yeah, the little funny glasses. It was my idea to roll the stockings down.
I
It
was
was
gonna
really my
ask you
only
that, and why?
contribution.
But
The
it's a
most
big
comfortable
one.
shoes I've ever worn in my whole life. And I looked in the mirror and I went, good God, I'm dysfunctional.
I love it. She's just hidden in there. Did you ever, like, did Mom ever come out, like, when you were raising your own kids?
Oh, sure, all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Would it scare them? What'd they do?
Well, they laugh about it.
You'd be like,
When they
"Sit
were
down."
little and they used to come to the Burnett show, they would get scared, though, because they'd see the wigs would always be lined up on the back of the toilet, you know, and they were freaky on those wig
absolutely.
heads, and then
What
you'd
does
get
Mama
into some
do?
weird get-up and scare them.
The hell you staring at?
You know, and when you're that little, it's kind of scary.
You kind of scared me just then. Because everyone at home, they can't tell. Like, you just looked me right in the eye and we're like, what the hell are you doing? Okay. No, okay, so now I want to talk to you. You were a host on a game show on Win, Lose, or Draw, right?
I was. Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Yes, it is fun.
You were one of the first, like, female daytime. Did
I'm
you
a
like doing that?
Pioneer, Lynn. Sort
You
of.
really are.
I am. I love doing it. I actually did that while we were still doing Mama's Family, so it was kind of fun to be me. You know, I took the job because I said I want to be me on camera before I'm not anymore.
Oh, yeah, right?
So it was fun to go to work and be me and meet a lot of celebrities and find out that I was comfortable being me on camera as opposed to a character. It was the first time I'd ever done that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of trippy to have Cesar Romero come, you know, to draw and go, I've loved you for years. Cesar Romero?
Well, listen, you know what we have a clip of? We have a clip of you on the dating game.
For real on the dating game?
Yeah. You were on it, weren't you? I love this is my favorite part of this.
I went as opposed to a sketch, because we did a dating game.
Oh, you did?
Sketch once on the Carol
No,
Burnett
this
Show,
isn't the sketch, Vicki.
when
This
I was
is the real thing.
really on it.
Yeah, but were you already doing Carol Burnett then?
Yeah, just.
You couldn't get a date? You had to go on a dating game?
I bet it was like the first or second season. I was horribly shy. Well, they used to come and get you and say, please come and do the dating game.
Oh, they would?
Oh, yeah.
I wondered about it. Okay,
Come
let's
guest
take
on
a
a
look at the
date.
clip.
Oh, my God.
Number 3, if we had a date and I called you at the last minute and told you I had a very bad cold, would you cancel the date because of the cold, or would you come over and catch it?
Well, I'm not against catching anything, and I think if you had a cold, what we'd probably do is go out to a nice place, go up to my apartment by the fire, have a few drinks, I'd cook a steak for you, we'd barbecue it together, then after that we'd have a little more champagne, and we'd probably, I'd keep you nice and warm. Because if you have a cold, my goodness, I've heard the best thing is warmth and Vicks Vapor Rub, and just rub that all over.
You'd be careful with the Vicks Vapor.
What was the hairdo is what I want to know. How hard did I work on getting all those little things perfect?
And you know what? It's so sad is I'm going home to Virginia, and I'm going to, like, my mom's going to be greeting me with that hairdo. That's so frightening.
It's still in there, huh?
Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break with more Vicki Lawrence and her hot hair. We're back here with Vicki Lawrence. Okay, so now what I want to talk about is your singing career.
Oh,
So,
yes.
In
well,
addition to being a wonderful comedian and game show host and everything else, you were also
I had a hit record.
Hit record.
You don't actually run into many people that can do a medley of their hit.
Okay, but close your eyes. Close your eyes real fast. Look, Vicki, I have your hit record.
Oh, and another wonderful hairdo. I'm just like
Okay, wait. What is
queen
this
of the
shirt?
bad hairdo.
It was like you went to like the little
Aren't those
picnic.
back with the long pointy things? Doesn't this look horrible
kind
70s
of.
stuff back?
I love those though. Look at you with the high cheekbones and the hair.
And look at the trouble I went to for the hair. Think of
Okay,
it.
and here's the thing. So your hit was The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I also noticed on the album that you've got Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. Was that yours or Cher's?
That was Cher's originally, but it was the same producer, so he probably wanted to make an extra dime, so he put it on there.
I love it. Listen, now we have another surprise for you. We actually have a clip of you singing your hit. Let's take a look.
That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's the night that they hung an innocent man. Well, don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer. 'Cause the judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands.
Wait, what the hell was I wearing? I was going to ask you. Don't you think you were a little overdressed?
I think it was Mama's curtains.
Everybody else is in their bikinis, and you're out in your gown. That's a night, that's a night. We got that from MTV. That's the MTV clip.
Beautiful.
It's going to be on Friday Night Videos.
Wonderful. Yeah, great.
I love that. I just thought that was so funny. I saw it earlier today. I was laughing so hard. It's just going to make
I'm
me
sure
happy
you will,
forever.
man.
No, but
I hope when all these animal prints go out, this comes back to haunt you one day. And you go, what the hell was I
oh my
wearing?
God, Vicki just cursed me. Vicki Lawrence put the hex on me. Speaking of things, so let's talk. So you're on Ally McBeal coming up.
Oh, I did a tiny little part, but I'm such a huge fan of the show.
Do you love
it? Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, but don't you want to knock her down and make her eat something, though? Is
All
she
of
really?
them.
She's
Everybody
really,
around
they're
there,
all skinny,
though.
right? They're all
My
like,
scene was with Courtney Thorne-Smith, and she's that big around, too.
did she keep
As
forgetting
are all
her
the
lines 'cause
makeup
she was
people
weak?
and the, you know, everybody. And everybody on that set is that big around. And she was wearing a pair of jeans in our scene all day that she was trying on because I was a disgruntled
Doesn't it just
saleswoman.
tick you
And
off?
it said size 2 on them.
See, I would have had to say something.
Who?
They would have found me, like, shoving craft service in her face. Take that, Courtney
You're
Thorne.
so tiny. How do you feel about that body image thing?
I have problems with it. I'll talk to you at the commercial break. We've got to take one more break. We'll be back with more right after this. Don't go anywhere, Mom. Stay. Welcome back. My thanks to Vicki Lawrence. It was so good meeting you. Thank you. Look for her in the upcoming episode of Ally McBeal. I'm Lynn Kaplitz, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye.